Hello everyone, welcome to LICD Lecture 10A. Today we are going to discuss instrumentation amplifier application, specifically our ambient temperature measurement system we will be discussing. So let us start. So this is our overview. We will have a transducer bridge wherein we will have a temperature sensor which will be sensing the temperature and converting into it will convert it into a resistance change, and then we have a 3 ohm instrumentation amplifier. We can use a AD620, and finally this instrumentation amplifier will amplify this weak signal and produce a signal with a sufficient strength to drive the LED display. So this indicator or display element is a 7-segment LED. So let us start with the basics. So this is what will happen over here. We have a Wheatstone's bridge. Everyone knows what a Wheatstone bridge is. It is powered by a DC power supply source. And whenever the bridge is balanced, the voltage over here V1 and V2 is 0. Here we can consider the voltage as V1. Here we can consider it as V2. It is 0. Whenever the bridge is unbalanced, then it will the producing the voltage V1 and V2 will be non-zero. And this register over here is a resistive transducer. Example, it can be a PT100 RTD. RTD is a resistive transducer, and its resistance will change plus or minus delta R with respect to change in temperature. So what we want to build is we want to sense the temperature, right? It is sensed by this RTD, which converts it into a change in resistance, and that change in resistance is converted into the change in voltage, which will create the imbalance in the bridge, which is amplified by this 3 ohm instrumentation amplifier, and finally it is displayed in the 7-segment LED. So this is basically the idea. So the first section is called as a transducer bridge, second is the amplification, and the third one is the display element. Now let us see more on this resistive transducer. Okay, so first of all, what is a transducer? So transducer is a device that converts energy from one form to another. It is also a device that converts variations in a physical quantity such as temperature, pressure into electrical signal and vice versa. So in this system, we will be studying explicitly resistive transducers. So the first example is strain gauge. So strain gauge are the one where you apply when it is subject to a pressure. There will be it will undergo a elongation, right, in its length. So this is basically a strain gauge. So whenever a force is applied, it will elongate or stretch, and it will result in the equivalent resistance change. So this is a resistive transducer. Next is the temperature transducer. Temperature transducer will sense the temperature change from the ambient environment or the surroundings, that is in the form of thermal energy, and it will give the output in the form of resistive resistance change. Okay, so one of the type of, when we use a common thermometer to measure temperature, human body temperature, that is also a kind of temperature sensor, but it is a contact temperature sensor. We have contactless temperature sensor also. Okay, next is the types of temperature transducers. So the first type is thermistor. So thermistor, the special feature is it's very highly sensitive to temperature variations, and its resistance varies with temperature basically. So that's the principle at which it operates. So as the temperature increases or decreases, it will temperature its resistance will vary. It is a negative temperature coefficient. Thermistor is a negative temperature coefficient. Basically, what does it mean is, if the temperature increases, its resistance will decrease, and if the temperature decreases, its resistance will increase. Hence the name negative temperature coefficient. Next is resistance thermometer, which is short form called as RTD. Its principle is its resistance will vary with temperature, and its one of the feature is it has a wide operating range. Now let us see one of the example of PT100. PT100, PT stands for platinum wire. Mostly we widely, and they are manufactured widely with the platinum wire. So PT100 is a very famous and a little expensive RTD. and 100 indicates it's 100 ohms. Its value is 100 ohm as 0 degrees Celsius. So this is a simple example of a arrangement in a bridge, in a Wheatstone bridge. We have connected one arm to a PT100 transducer. So this is that PT100. It's slightly bulky and it occupies some space, but it's very accurate. Okay, so whenever there is a change in temperature in this bridge, it will cause imbalance, and V1 and V2 will not be same. And whenever there is no temperature change, whereas see, the R1, R2 and R3 are set in the reference resistance such that it is calibrated with respect to PT100. So for example, room temperature PT100 is giving 127 ohms. So all the resistance you select as 127 ohms. So whenever there is a deviation in PT100, that temperature change will be reflected in the change in the resistance. So this is normally used in the Wheatstone's bridge. So this is about RTD. Next we have is thermocouple. So in thermocouple, the principle is slightly different. Basically, it directly converts temperature change into EMF or voltage. So that's the example of a thermocouple. That also operates for a very wide operating temperature range. Fourth one is the IC, the integrated circuit temperature sensor. So example is LM35. You all can search in the Google. You will get a lot of data. I mean, lot of information about LM35. The data sheet also. So it will give. The main feature is it produces the analog output proportional to the temperature. So as the temperature increases, it will give the analog voltage output. But the only limitation is its limited operating range. It operates over a very limited range, for example, 0 to 75 degrees Celsius. Whereas all other thermocouple, RTD, and thermistors have a relatively wider range as compared to IC temperature sensor. So this was all about, oh, sorry, yeah, just wait a sec. So this was all about the various resistive transducers. Now let us go and see. We'll come back to this a little later. Now let us move on to the main topic. Yeah, let me just minimize a little bit. Yeah, so we were explaining the system. You have a transducer bridge. Now we all understand what's a transducer bridge. So one arm of the transducer is a resistive transducer, and one arm of the bridge is a resistive transducer. Example is PT100 RTD. So we have the ambient. I will explain the process flow over here. So we have the ambient room temperature, which PT100 senses. Let me just, yeah. So the ambient room temperature with PT100 temperature transducer senses the temperature change. That converts it into a resistance change, which causes the bridge to be unbalanced. So it causes the V1 and V2 will be slight difference between them. Actually, here there should be V1, here there should be V2. So that is missed out over there, not a problem. So the difference between the two inputs, that is over here, is amplified by the 3 op amp instrumentation amplifier, and the output voltage of the instrumentation amplifier is calibrated for the display of temperature. And then finally the ambient temperature is displayed on the 7 segment LED. So for example, this is my 7 segment LED section, for example, and the ambient temperature 27.5 degrees Celsius might be displayed. So this is the whole process. So it consists of 3 phases. One is the bridge phase. In that we have a temperature transducer incorporated within. So any fluctuations in the temperature causes the fluctuations in the resistance, which causes the fluctuations in the bridge unbalance. And those fluctuations in the voltages are picked up by the instrumentation amplifier, amplified, and is driven to the it's used to drive the LED display, which will display the actual ambient temperature. So this was the whole process. Now let us get into more a little bit formal over here. So here it was, I was talking about V1 and V2 voltages. So again, the diagram has come again one more time. So you have a transducer bridge, amplification, which is provided by 3 op amp instrumentation amplifier, and you have a display system. Now let us say that this resistive transducer, that is PT100 resistance, is given by RT plus or minus delta R. Now plus or minus delta R, why? Because temperature may increase or decrease. So its resistance may increase or decrease. Okay, so let us see the description of this now. Little bit, let me just minimize it. Yeah, so this bridge is powered by your DC voltage source, and in the Wheatstone's bridge, one arm you have a resistive transducer. Basically, it is a PT100. So as the temperature changes, the resistance will change. Either it will become RT plus delta R, or it will become RT minus delta R. So your differential voltage, whenever the resistance change, the bridge will become unbalanced. So whenever there is a no temperature difference, all the arms of the bridge are of same resistance. So V1 and V2, there is no voltage difference. So V1 minus V2 is 0. They are basically the same. And whenever RT changes from RT to plus, RT plus delta R, then they will be causing an unbalance in the bridge. That means V1 is not equal to V2. So in that case, V1 is not equal to V2. So this difference might be very, very small. So the difference between the input voltages is amplified by this 3 op-amp instrumentation amplifier. Okay. So why do we connect an instrumentation amplifier? Because the output signal produced by the bridge is a low level weak signal that has to be provided given some strength or boosting in the strength. So that's why we have a instrumentation amplifier, and the output of the instrumentation amplifier is then calibrated for the 7 segment to display the ambient temperature. So now let us analyze this a little further mathematically now. So let me check if I'm missing out something. Okay, let me move ahead. Yeah, this topics is covered. Then this is covered. Yeah, moving nicely now. So we are correct. So let's investigate this case further. So let me, I guess I have to keep this like this for the starting case. So for the case one, the bridge is in the balance condition. That is V1 is equal to V2. Now let me move ahead down over here. Yeah. So for case number one, the bridge is in a balance condition. So V1 is equal to V2. What is V1? V1 will be nothing but RA upon RA plus RD into VDC. And V2 will be by simple voltage division rule. Your V2 will be RB upon RB plus RC into VDC. So that's what we got. Let us consider that, let us say that the difference between the two input voltages V is VID. So VID is nothing but V1 minus V2. Generally, the resistance RA, RB, and RC are selected so that they are equal to RT at some reference condition. So maybe at ambient temperature, its resistance is around, let's say, I've written over here example, the RT resistance is around 127 kilo ohms, which will be, sorry, extremely sorry, the resistance RT will be 127 ohms, which will be the all the resistance RA, RB, and RC will be selected as follows at some reference condition. So here we are considering RA equal to RB equal to RC equal to RT equal to R. So here the bridge is balanced, there is no temperature change. So V1 will be equal to V2, then VID will be equal to 0. The output of the instrumentation amplifier will be 0. And this will be calibrated to display the ambient temperature. So basically the 7 segment display unit will display 27.0 degrees Celsius. It is read as 27 degrees Celsius. So that's our case number one. In the second case over here, let us go back to the bridge. So in the first case, the 27 degrees Celsius was displayed. In the second case, let's say the temperature changes from 27 to 28 degrees Celsius. So what all sequence of events will happen? Let us investigate now. So for case number two, let us say that the temperature changes to 28 degrees Celsius. So earlier it was 27, now it has become 28 degrees Celsius. Then the resistance will also change from, we are considering this as an example. Actually, it should have been, 127 ohms. Doesn't matter. It's just an example. For example, so let us say that the resistance of this PT100 is changing from RT to RT plus delta R. So this 100 can becomes 101. Let's consider that. So in this case, the V1 is not equal to V2. Obviously, the voltages will not be equal. So your VID will be V1 minus V2. So let's say that VID, it's, we have some numbers over here. VDC is 5 volts, RA, RB and RC is 100, RT is 101 ohm. So V1 we got it as 2.48756 volts, and V2 we got it as 2.5 volts. So the difference between them, V1 minus V2, it's been amplified. I mean, that difference is around minus 12.4378 millivolts. So this difference is amplified by this instrumentation amplifier. Let's say the gain of the instrumentation amplifier is 250. So this is multiplied by that VID. So my output will be read as minus 3.109 volts, which is calibrated to display 28 degrees Celsius. This means that we can calibrate to display the increment of 1 degree rise in temperature for every 12.4378 millivolts change in VID. So what does it mean? That VID is equal to V1 minus V2 will be proportional to the change in delta R. So that is, the delta R is the change in the resistance, which will be proportional to the temperature change by 1 degree Celsius. Okay. So this was some numbers. Actually, there is, a slight error, maybe you can say. Yeah, because PT100 resistance is 100 ohm at 0 degrees. So normally at 27 degrees Celsius, its resistance will be 127. So probably that you can change, and everywhere it can be reflected. But nevertheless, the methodology will remain the same. It's perfectly fine. Now, okay. Okay. So in mathematically, what does it indicate? That V1 becomes RA upon RA plus RT plus delta R into VDC, because now this resistive transducer will change the resistance plus delta R. It slightly increase, and V2 will be as it is as before. So now if we subtract V1 minus V2, it won't be the same. In fact, it will be different. So let us consider RA, RB and RC, and RT will be equal to R. So we have got this, mathematically we will put these values over here. We can club this together. Here we have R upon 2R plus delta R minus half. And here we cross multiply, so 2R gets cancelled out. Finally, we get expression number 1, that is inside the red box. So VID will be equal to minus delta R upon twice 2R plus delta R into VDC. So this voltage VID is amplified by the 3 op-amp instrumentation amplifier in response to the change in temperature, and it produces the output as follows. So we know that the output of instrumentation amplifier is given by Vout equal to AD times V1 minus V2, where AD is the differential gain of the instrumentation amplifier given by the formula R2 upon R1 into 1 plus twice R3 upon RG. Now, instrumentation amplifier topic is already covered. If you are unfamiliar, please refer the video of instrumentation amplifier first. Okay. So here we are writing the formula of Vout over here minus, it is VID into AD. So VID is from equation number 1. We write it as it is. Here one thing to notice is negative sign only suggests that V1 voltage is less than V2, nothing else. Okay, so we have rewritten over here. Now we consider that the value of 2R is much greater than delta R. For example, if R is 100 and the change in R is around, the change in resistance is delta R is around 1 ohm. So 200, as we know, it's very much greater than 1. So it will be a good approximation. So in the denominator, we can ignore the value of delta R. So we get over here, V out is approximately equal to delta R upon twice into 2R into VDC into AD, which can be approximated as AD divided by 4 into VDC into delta R upon R. Now delta R upon R, we can call it as a, again, this was a capital delta, this is a small delta. So we can call it as a, so V out will be approximately equal to AD by 4 small delta into VDC, where small delta is the capital delta delta R upon R, where this small delta is proportional to the changes, or the physical quantity is proportional to the changes in the physical quantity, for example temperature, above or below the reference condition. So this delta R upon R is also called as fractional deviation. That's good to know. So here in this formula, V out equal to AD by 4 small delta into VDC. Here VDC is the supply voltage, which is a constant. AD is a gain which is dependent upon the ratio of resistors, that is also constant. 4 is a constant. So we can safely say that V out is proportional to delta R. So this voltage is fed to the indicator system, and the display unit is calibrated such that the temperature displayed on it is, for example, 28 degrees Celsius. So this completes the entire system. Now let us see in terms of numbers how it is coming. So here delta R is 1, VDC is 5, AD is 200, and R we have considered to be 100 over here. Let us consider that. If we substitute these values, V out, we are getting close to the previous answer only, same as previous answer in fact. So V out we are getting minus 3.109, and it is same as before. Here also we got minus 3.109. So the analysis is correct. Now after the approximation, we get the same value. You know, when we approximate delta twice R is greater than delta R over here, right? So we have approximated over here. So let's see after approximation, what is the value we are getting. So V out is coming out to be minus 3.12 125 volts. So it's a fairly good result. You know, without an exact formula, its value is minus 3.109, and with the approximated formula, its value is around minus 3.125 volts. Okay, now let us see some review questions. So the first question is, so why the output of transducer is not directly connected to the indicator or the display? So the answer to the question is, the most transducers do not produce the output with sufficient strength. Basically, they are, you know, lesser in strength in terms of current voltage or power. Therefore, this low level output signal of the transducer needs to be amplified by this. That's why it's not directly connected to the display element, because it cannot drive the display with such weak strength. And in an instrumentation amplifier using transducer bridge, the resistive transducers measure the change in the physical energy, and it is connected to the one arm of the Wheatstone bridge. So here we have this resistive transducer, which is the measuring the change in the physical energy, that is the temperature. And thermistor, I've already said this before, thermistor has a negative temperature of coefficient. That means its resistance decreases with increasing temperature. So we have come to the end of this lecture. So today we have discussed various topics. That is majority the instrumentation amplifier application. That is we have overviewed the ambient temperature measurement system. We have considered all the cases, for example, mathematically and analytically, and we have checked with some numbers example also, and the result are inconsistent with the theory. So that's it for today's topic. Next time we'll see some other topic using op amp. So until then, have a good day and thank you.